Simple questions for 100 people. Welcome to our experiment, the 100-person project. I'm Bill Carell, and this is my investigation. Simple Questions for 100 People is a research project to gather data from 100 beautiful human beings for the sole purpose to see what actually happens across the interviews. The questions are fixed, and all the interviews will remain consistent, with the variable being the actual participants themselves. Eric, it's as if I'm having you sit on my porch to share your ideas so I can learn about people. We're looking forward to what we will discover when we're complete. And we are very interested in the people, the process, and your particular story. So it's my distinct pleasure to introduce my guest. And well, how about I let you do that, Eric? What is your full name?
Hey, Bill. My name's Eric Dobbie. How are you?
I am absolutely fantastic. So, Eric, what is your favorite nickname that most people don't know?
Rico.
Rico. And where did that come from?
That's a Wall Street nickname from early 1990s on the trading desk.
That is
Rico
fun.
Suave.
Yep. Rico Suave. Of course you are. And so, when did you first notice what color hair you had?
I guess my first haircut. Like 8, 9 years old. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think before that it was of interest to you at all?
No.
Did you notice other people's hair before that?
No, just that it was too long. My mom made me get a haircut.
There you go. So, Eric, what is your favorite thing to do to intentionally waste time?
Intentionally waste time. Is this a positive question? I love to play the guitar.
So, yeah, is that a time waster for you? When you think while you're doing it, are you
No,
thinking,
no, I'm not. I don't. Oh, sleeping would be a time waster for me. Sleeping.
sure, say some more about that?
Well, nothing gets done when you sleep except your body resting. But other than that, nothing gets done. I like to be up.
You do, don't you? What kind of a daily activity schedule do you have?
Very active, very active. It's sun up to sundown. My schedule is filled with work. My schedule is filled with networking. My schedule is filled with meeting people. Um, a little bit of exercise time, a little bit of music time, a little bit of golf time, but it's pretty much nonstop. I don't sit around doing nothing.
Yeah, you're not one of those people that has a hobby that really returns nothing.
Yeah.
So Eric, what is your favorite movie to watch alone?
Cool hand Luke.
Yep. Sometimes nothing is a pretty good hand.
That's that's right.
So tell me more about that. What is it about that particular movie that really makes you, you want to watch it and you don't want other people distracting you while you're watching it or whatever? What is your reason for watching that movie?
Well, I was always intrigued by the Luke's character, how he motivated everybody. He kept performing these miracles for everybody during the movie, and
Yep.
he got men to get outside their comfort level, and he was a great motivator.
Interesting. That's big for you, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And that's also a field that you're in, isn't it?
Well, sales, motivation, yep, building self confidence in people, et cetera, et cetera. Um, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because nothing ever accomplished without enthusiasm. So you got to be that spark. You got to be that leader. Get people going in the right direction.
I hear you, brother.
Yep.
So now on to question 6. If you were to have an action figure made of you, what superpower would it have and what colors would its uniform be?
Say it again.
If you were to have an action figure made of you, like a superhero with a superpower, what would that superpower be and what colors would its uniform be?
Well, the superpower would be Gratitude Man. Gratitude Man would be my superpower guy, and the colors would probably. Well, I love blue, so let's go with blue.
Sounds good. And what is it about blue?
My eyes are blue, so I always like blue, and the Colts are blue, so I always like the Colts.
How you doing this year?
Oh, 1-1, but it's a long season.
Got to get something in that first column, don't you?
Yeah, yes, we do. We got to start stacking the W's.
There you go. So, Eric, we're going to turn the Wayback Machine on. And what did you want to grow up to be when you were 5 years old?
Golf professional.
Wow, that's awesome. And what got you sparked for that?
My father was a golf pro.
Okay, now I understand. I never knew that.
There you go.
Yeah. And both you and your brother are both great golfers.
Well, my brother's better than I am. He's the golf pro.
Well, while you were working on Wall Street, what was he doing?
He was working on his short game.
There you go. Trying to get that flop shot down, huh?
That's right. That's right.
So good. And so, any goals that you set when you were 5 about being a golfer, or you just wanted to be a pro golfer?
No, I actually I wanted to win all 4 majors. I really had that in the back of my mind. I wanted to win all 4 majors, but there's an old saying, "You can't put in what God left out." So, I was a pretty good player, but, by the time I got to college, I wasn't as good as you needed to be. How's that sound?
It sounds like most of us. That
Yes.
sometimes the love of our life, the thing that we enjoy doing the most, we're just getting enjoyment out of it compared to some other people who are producing numbers,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yep.
So, this one is, I think, one of the best questions of the 13, that we're talking about today. What is your greatest accomplishment?
Wow. I would have to say, well, the greatest accomplishment, well, I think it would be from a sport standpoint. I've always coached, and I've always coached baseball, but for 1 year, I coached a basketball team in the rec center down in Florida. We ended up winning the championship, so that was pretty cool to never coach basketball, and we ended up winning it. So I was proud of that. But I think my greatest life accomplishment is um, being able to pick myself up from really low depths of adversity, and yeah, I think that's my greatest accomplishment: picking myself up from my worst adversity in life and overcoming it. How's that sound?
It sounds phenomenal. So, along those lines, who is your favorite person to listen to?
Listen to, um, oh, growing up, I loved listening to Imus in the morning as a kid. he was he was so funny. I don't know how old people are in this call, but I love listening. Years ago, the radio was the means for listening. I loved listening to Imus in the morning as a kid. It was always funny.
I agree.
There you go.
Yep, doesn't matter
Imus
if
in
it
the
rains
morning.
with Murgy's broken cookies, and doesn't matter if it rains or freezes, as long as I got this plastic Jeep.
Jeez.
It's on the dashboard of my car.
Yep. Yeah, this is
So
Sergeant Kirkland of the Air National Guard. I want to order 6,000 cheeseburgers.
there you go. There you go. So please complete this sentence. When I grow up, I'd like to.
Oh, wow. When I grow up, well, I haven't ever grown up, so I'll pass on that question.
Well, that's why I'm asking you. Most people haven't.
Yeah, when I grow up, I'd like to. What I'd like to do? I'd like to renovate every inner city baseball field in America. How's that sound?
I think that's a worthwhile project, my
There
friend.
you go.
You, we'll talk about that, okay? Because
Yeah, absolutely.
we're partners, and you need to know some more things, and I need to know some more things. All righty.
Yeah.
So, what's the most important thing in life to you right now?
Toilet paper.
All right, let me get up off the floor here.
How about, how about, how about my
What do
sense
you
of
mean
humor?
by that, Eric?
No,
It is important. Yes, I guess you're
no,
right.
waking up every day, just good health. Good health. No, definitely good health, mental and physical. That's the
Good,
most important thing.
good for you. And I know you're actively working on that all the time.
Yes.
So, what would you like to leave in the world after your life is done?
Probably a rec center with my name on it for kids.
Sure. Say some more. What would go on inside?
Positive environment activities for youth 24/7, developing self confidence, physical skills, mental skills, and a safe environment. I think that's what would be going on.
Yeah, clearly this is something you put a lot of thought into.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Would they be all proficient in rock ball?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Rock ball.
I think even if you just leave behind rock ball, that's a hell of a contribution to mankind. You
Rock,
want to say a few words about it? How does it work?
rock ball. Well, rock ball's the program I invented. It's baseball choreographed to rock and roll music. It's fun, skill based, engaging. It burns calories, and any boy or girl of any skill level can do it. And it's a lot of fun. If I was 10 years old, 11 years old, I would love to be in rock ball.
Yeah, fantastic. So here's the baker's question. When you go and get a you go to a baker in your neighborhood, they're never going to give you a dozen. They're going to give you 13, right? Because they always want you to have a little bit of value for buying so much. So coming from the same place, what is the thing that most people misunderstand about you?
Misunderstand about me. Wow. I don't know because I have no idea because I'm not them. I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't know.
Do you ever have a feeling of being misunderstood or not gotten by people sometimes?
It's the first time that question's ever been proposed to me. So I never even thought about that, Bill, ever.
It's an opportunity to take a look if you want to, because it's a really good way to get to know how people work inside by this particular question. And it's when you can say, it's okay. I'm going to move on, Bill.
It's okay to move on, Bill.
All righty. Great. So that concludes our regular scripted questions. Do you have any questions of me, Eric?
When are you going to shave?
The answer is I don't know.
Well, you look good.
Thank you. Yeah, but the folks at home, we are two really handsome guys. Okay, and
Yes.
the fact of the matter is, Eric, I'm going to keep going with it, uh, simply because it'll get to a length at some point that will be worth people paying money to see me shave it off, and then I'm going to do a fundraiser.
There you go. Well, good, good. You look great, my friend. You look great.
You too, and I really appreciate your friendship. And that's going to conclude our session for today. Thank you all for listening to Simple Questions for 100 People. We are, again, interviewing 100 beautiful people just to see what their answers are to the same questions. And we'll look forward to seeing you again in the not so distant future. Bye for now. And thank you, Mr. Eric Dobbie, for being my guest.
Bill, thank you. Always a pleasure, my friend. God bless you.
You too. Bye bye for now.
You've been listening to Simple Questions for 100 People, part of the Exvadio Podcast Network. You can find every episode at exvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcast app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and wherever you find podcasts.